Good morning, ma'am. A letter was delivered about a visitation.
Oh, I have an emergency meeting with the faculty. There are a lot of things to be discussed. As you all know, every year there are evaluation and assessments done by the superintendents and supervisors. I'll divide you all to 4 groups. Group 1, the Food Committee, headed by Miss Divina Gracia. Group 2 is assigned to secure bedding and dishes. Group 3 for constructing the rooms. And Group 4 for landscaping, headed by Miss Noel. I suppose this meeting is done. Please proceed to your assignment.
Hey, you! Put it up on the wall. Oh! This is the first time you had this on the wall, sir. Sir, which one would the superintendent use? The software or the hard one?
I think we should just leave it both there. We don't know what the superintendent wants anyway.
Our English teacher. She would be greatly honored if you opened that.
I didn't know Pugad Lawing research is clean with flowers.
You are content strongly so well, but I don't put that much stock to what principals say. If he meant by every student, Mr. No, just things in general, like the visitation, for instance. What do you think of it?
Do you want to talk opinions, sir?
Yes, of course.
It's all of ours.
That's what I've heard. But what makes you think that? Isn't that obvious? We announced a full month ahead if you're visiting. We clean the schoolhouse, tuck the trash in the drawers, bring out our best manners. As you said before, we rehearse our classes, then we roll out the red carpet, and you believe you observe us in our everyday surrounding, in our everyday compartment?
We know that. That's what I mean.
We know that you know, and you know that we know that you know.
Come now, isn't that putting it a trifle strongly?
No? In fact, I overheard one of your own companions say just a while ago that if your lechon were crispier than that of the preceding school, if our kabaon were more lavish, we would get a higher efficiency rating.
Of course, he was merely joking. I know what Mr. Bombase meant about you being stubborn.
What about one supervisor, an acquaintance of yours? I know who used to come just before the town fiesta and assigned us the following items: 6 chickens, 150 eggs, 2 goats, and 12 leche plans. I know the list by heart. I was assigned the checker.
There are few miserable exceptions.
What about the sweepstakes agent supervisor who makes a ticket of the teacher's clearance for the withdrawal of his pay? How do you explain him? Sir, during the 5 years that I've taught, I've done my best to live up to my ideals. Yet, I please nobody. It's the same old narrow conformism and favor currying. What matters is not how well one teaches, but how well one has learned the art of pleasing the powers that be, and it's the same all the way up.
So you want to change the world, huh? I've been in the service a long time ago, Miss Noel. 17 years. This bald spot on my head caused mostly by new teachers like you who want to set the world on fire. In my younger days, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend you for your expulsion for your rash opinions. But I've grown old and mellow. I recognize spunk and I'm willing to give it credit. But spunk is not credited towards the proper channels. But you're young enough and you learn. The hard way, cinch here and there, but you learn.
How are you so sure? They all do. There are thousands of teachers. They were delusional, but they still go on teaching. It's the only place a woman could go.
There will be a reclassification next month. Mr. Bombase is out to get you. He can too on grounds of insubordination. You know that. But I'm willing to stick my neck for you. If you stop being such an idealistic fool and henceforth express no more personal opinions. Let sleeping dogs slide. Miss Noel, I shall give you good rating after this visitation because you remind me of my younger sister. If for no other reason, then after a year, when I find you, you'll learn to curb your tongue. I will recommend you for a post in Manila, where your talents will not be wasted. I am related to Mr. Alava, you know. You see, education is not much of a matter of brains as long as getting with one's founder. Else how could I have risen to my present position? I started out, or still had teachers in God-forsaken barrios. And how can one be idealistic in a mudhole? Good night, my dear. Good night.
I have endured this much, recalling those times that they would discourage me and not to go on with teaching, that I should try a new job,